meditate on this. The subconscious mind is like a black hole. It's a vacuum. It pulls in everything that crosses its path. The portals or gateways to the subconscious mind exist on the human body, in the human body. Some of them are called ears, some of them are called eyes. And you receive certain signals and things and messages, etc., through these senses, through these tools for senses, sight, hearing, etc. But no matter what you do, no matter what you put in front of your ears, no matter what you put in front of your eyes, just understand that the subconscious mind is going to receive that and it's going to be embedded within you in perpetuity. It's going to be with you forever. And the people in power know this. The ruling class know this, and they do a damn good job of putting things in there that are not going to lead to quality of thought. It's important that you take control of this and try to embed things with high quality of thought into your subconscious mind, so that when they come back to the surface, when they come back, they pop out on the other side, they're fruitful. They're things that are good for you, things that lead to quality of thought. So try to embed good things in your subconscious mind. Now that we know we have to program the subconscious mind, do that consciously, the next question becomes, with what? I believe we need to start with music. Music is very natural. Everybody loves music. They're even treating dementia with music, because music can take you to the past, bring you to memories, the vibe. Everything is just seems to come into focus clearly. It's easily visualized when you put music and have a soundtrack to your life. And so what type of music do we listen to? You know, it's part of our daily ritual. It's part of our daily dealings in programming the subconscious mind. The type of music we listen to is very important. And think about quality of thought. Is your music going to nurture the idea of quality of thought? Or is it ratchet? Is it supremely ghetto? Is it trash? Or is it breathing life into you? Right? It's the difference between listening to, you know, something that's promoting death as to something that's promoting life. Looking at some of the neurological effects that happen when you listen to certain types of music, nourishing the brain with that type of music. The TV shows you watch, the movies you watch. What type of shows do you watch, and how are you inspired by them? What are the images that are being implanted in your subconscious mind from the movies and TV and the media that you watch, from the things you watch on YouTube, etc., etc.? If you look at one of those controversial stories about TikTok, I said that Chinese people, or the Chinese Communist Party, whatever, has a different algorithm than the one for the Western nations. The one in the Western nations, the kids are watching videos that go viral, doing pranks and all types of silly stuff. And China's algorithm is showing kids completing puzzles and doing math. These are the things they're promoting because they understand the programming of the subconscious mind is very important for the future of your people and where they're going. So with that same concept in mind, you know, what type of media are you always being influenced by? What type of media do you constantly force yourself to be influenced by? You know, what if we saw images of love all the time instead of images of destruction, war, etc., etc.?
What type of media is Hotep Jesus influenced by?
I like the old stuff. I like the classics. Mostly written work, literature. That's the type of stuff I listen to. I listen to a lot of lectures. You know, one of my favorite lecturers is John Henrik Clarke, Dr. Kaba Kamene. Those are like two of my faves. I like listening to scholarly work, scholarly teachers. I go to bed to to chess videos, but I also need some gangster in my life. You know, I'm not perfect, but I need some, you know, I need some cartel gang member, you know, type programming. This is, you know, that's the stuff I happen to like. You know, I like violent movies. I like heists. I like heist movies, like The Italian Job and Ocean's 11 and, you know, those types of things. I like military movies. Like, I thought the new Top Gun was amazing. But I also try to be conscious of what I'm seeing, and so, you know, what's clear is we're going to come across some content that is not going to nurture quality or high quality of thought. So what we have to do is we have to wrap this stuff with labels. So what you can do is when an image appears before your subconscious mind, what we can do is we can frame it. So when it gets embedded and it gets stored within your mental hard drive, it's filed in a folder, you know, marked bad, marked good, marked to question, marked, you know, you can label these things. So sometimes when things come into our subconscious mind, we don't frame it, we don't put a label on it. I think we have to say, okay, if I'm watching a movie and they're murdering people, let's say for instance, as we're watching this, we got to label that bad. This is bad. This is no bueno, right? And even some labels that your personal opinion might weigh in on, and how you manage this stuff logically. So even though everything's going to be received by your subconscious mind, and some things you may enjoy, some pieces of content you may enjoy, it's very important to frame that stuff and label that stuff. So when it gets into your subconscious mind, your subconscious mind knows, okay, this is this and this is that. So it knows clear difference. It's not just sitting there to be sprouted later on in the wrong manner or intent. What is your receptivity? Are you receiving the signals, or are you only transmitting them? You have to tune your inner radio to receive messages, not only send them. Sometimes we get caught up with our conscious mind. Our conscious mind is constantly sending signals out to the universe, to God, to friends, family, etc., etc. But sometimes you have to reset yourself and come back to zero and just say, I'm not intending to send any messages, I'm intending to receive them. I call it no mind. I've spoken about this in the past. I want to open up the mind, enter a state of receptivity, to receive the signals, to be imbued by God. Messages, prescient visualizations, to be omniscient. All these things are made possible by entering a receptive state, by dismissing the world and all of its physicalness, dismissing the world and all of its 3D-ness, dismissing the matrix, forgetting you are of this physical dimension. Dismissing all of that, obviously easier said than done, but moving away from all of these things, dismissing them from their mind. And the easiest way to do that is to actually distract yourself. You have to distract yourself with the senses. It's much easier to enter a state of receptivity when you're out here and you have the breeze blowing against your skin. That's easy to meditate on. When you have the waves you can look at, the seagulls passing over your head, the sun and the way the sun shimmers off the surface of the water, the clouds, the people, all these things, if you allow them to, will open you up to receptivity. They make you receptive. In order to turn off your brain, you got to turn on your 5 senses. Or when I say brain, I mean that conscious mind sending signals and trying to enter a state of receiving the signals. For example, you can't eat and think at the same time. You're either tasting your food or you're thinking. You can't do both at the same time. You can do intervals. You can think and then taste, think and then taste. But while you're tasting your food, the only thing you're thinking about is, this food tastes good. You only think about the food. So sometimes I like to hijack my subconscious when I don't have an environment like this. or hijack the conscious mind with a teaspoon of honey, a tablespoon of honey. That taste completely absorbs your conscious mind and focuses it in because that taste is just so full. So that's another way to hijack the conscious mind and put yourself in a place of receptivity. But the lesson here is remembering that in order to enter receptivity, sometimes you have to distract yourself, but distract yourself with those natural things that exist all around us. Enter a state of receptivity.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How I'm supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there, you understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
It's Hotep Thursday. My bad. I was in the middle of playing some bullet chess. Time to get the show started.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
And I
that's
was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
What's up, people? We back. Welcome to the Grift Report. It's your host, the Grift guy, Hotep Jesus. We live daily, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Disclaimer. This stream contains adult humor and was strictly created for comedic and artistic purposes. No offense is intended toward any products individuals featured in this video. With that being said, if you are a member of the YouTube, go check the community. If you are in my locals, go check your locals. I just dropped new clips from, I think my Eminem rant is in there. Some lesbian domestic violence stuff is there, and a whole bunch of other stuff is in there from the Grift report. Oh, yeah. Shit. I forgot to take my master focus. Thank you for the reminder. Damn it, man. I just ate, too. Oh, let me take my master focus. If you ain't take your master focus yet, you might want to do so now. Got so busy playing chess, I forgot to share the stream with my audience, with my Twitter people. So let me go ahead and do that now. Hold on. And then y'all can go retweet it. We got an interesting bag today. We got a big brain Grift bag. And the more we get into this, the more we get into the Grift report and I find my flow, seems the bigger brain these streams are going to become as I find my sources, etc., find my flow. Hold on, I want to make sure they follow SuperDAPP for details on the AirDrop. Follow SuperDAPP. Oh wait, and watch the stream for details on the details on the AirDrop. Okay, my bad. All right, business is handled. We took care of that. What up, chat? Tari in the chat, Tanai in the chat. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that tonight. We're gonna talk about that. We tried to grift off Tanai and Lupe. Lupe backed out, said Tanai doesn't have enough followers. Lupe said he wants somebody that has 100K of followers or more, but he was ready to do debate right then and there. So I don't know what changed. I think he said do it right then and there because he knew it was impossible to coordinate a debate right then and there. So that was his way of weaseling out of the debate. Now Tanai says he's got bots in his mentions. Yo, who is that? We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into that first. What up, Don Day, Montoya, Steph Colonel? Shout out to all my YouTubers. Fresh Mike, what up, man? Press like. These ain't hitting my feed. Yeah, hit the like button. Let's hit the like button so we can get more people in here, more people getting the valuable Hotep message. All right, let's go back. Let's go in the bag. All right, what we got in here? So we got some CBDC stuff, or a lot of CBDC stuff. I posted an update on my Twitter. And so here's this. This gentleman right here, following the Lupe fiasco with Tanai. He says, what are your qualifications to debate an MIT professor on COVID mRNA vaccines? I'm curious. Well, first of all, Mr. Drew, Lupe is an MIT professor, but he's not teaching science. He's teaching rap. It has nothing to do with vaccines, nothing to do with health, has everything to do with art and culture. So the question is, what are his qualifications to debate Tanai? And that's the other thing. Like, Drew wants to be an idiot and say, what are your qualifications, Hotep? It's not me in the debate. Did you read the tweet? It's obviously we're talking about Dr. Tanai Ricks. Then he challenged Tanai Ricks. I think, Tanai, did he challenge you to a debate? I'm a little reluctant on relying on bringing this guy to debate just because it's going to be a landslide. And nobody knows who this guy is either. But it's just going to be a landslide. I don't know how good of content it is. You know, if he wants to debate, he said, Steph Colonel said Drew Comments is a bootlegger. Is he? He comes off like a Fed. I don't know what's going on with that dude. Yeah, he's still on that Moderna grift. Is that the same dude that was making videos? I want to bring him into the debate, actually. If he's that dude that's making videos, maybe Tanai needs to slaughter this guy and might need to make an example out of him. That's what might need to happen. Anyway, we're still trying to find opponents for Tanai to debate in regard to the COVID vaccine. That'll be a Rumble exclusive. If you're not subscribed, you're going to miss out on the Rumble exclusives. I need you to go to Rumble, subscribe over at Rumble TV. All right, let's get into the bag. So Twitter X is reportedly working on releasing Xcoin for creators. We know that OnlyFans has dropped a big bag on Ethereum last week. We know that Elon has filed for a money transmitter license. So it looks like there will be a cryptocurrency attached to this, which is an interesting way to monetize the platform. And maybe we'll be able to invest in Xcoin. I'm probably going to hold the bag in Xcoin because it's probably going to skyrocket because of all the grifters. So yeah, I'll probably hold a bag of Xcoin. If you guys are like me, you'll probably get some. It's not financial advice, but something to take a look for. Now, I want to just jump right into this article here from The Root. We're going to spend some time on this. If you want to join in on the phone calls today, this is a call-in show. Text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631, 202-596-5631. And yeah, we'll get you in on the phone calls. Type Hotep in your name to that number. So it says here, why the MAGA's effort to steal the black male vote has surged, but must be stopped. Now, the first alarming thing about this title is the fact that they're taking the black male vote for granted. They're saying, no, those are Negroes. How dare you take our Negroes? You're stealing them, as if black men can't think for themselves. That's really what this comes down to. Black men can't think for themselves. We have to think for them, and you're stealing their vote. So let's dive into this rag of a blog post and see what they're talking about here. So, okay, so they started off with their complaints of Ron DeSantis. After the shooting in Jacksonville, more Florida, okay. From the black voter surges of 2006 to 2020, returns black voters made the difference in key states. Political math is undeniable. When black voters turn out, Democrats win. So, you know, I guess black people are the deciding factor, right? Because white people are usually half and half. Asians don't participate in high numbers in the elections. So it comes down to the black vote and as a tiebreaker. So let's see here. Of course, we don't have to look any further than 2016 when Donald Trump pulled the age-old divide and conquer tactic by targeting 3.5 million black voters in swing states and managed not only to drive down black turnout, but convince 14% of black men to actually vote for him. So he won. Wait, what? Divide and conquer tactic? By targeting black voters. What are you talking about? Trump campaign micro-targeted black Americans disproportionately to deter them from voting in 2016 election. How did he do that? Using a database collected in part by Cambridge Analytica, Trump digital campaign team marked voters in key swing states as deterrents or voters they wish to remain at home on election day. Oh, this is some GOP shit. Okay. That's that shit that Sonny be talking about, where the GOP basically says they want black people to stay home because then they have a better chance of winning. All right, let's go back. It's an old expression. You might not win with us, but you'll certainly lose without us. So what does it have to do with Sunday Night Vigil? What does this have to do? Why are they coming back to Florida? What the hell is going on?
What? But it also reminds us that the GOP knows how to neutralize that threat. The fact that DeSantis dared to enter that podium without reading the room tells us that the GOP is bold and willing to pull for black votes, even when the odds are low. They've done it before and they'll do it again. So black men must be particularly organized, mobilized, and united on election day. And Democrats can't afford to take us for granted. But the stakes are high for all black people. And the issues that impact us the most are on the ballot box. Divide and conquer won't work. Gallic Wars, Julius Caesar, Gaul. Yeah, okay. Now that strategy is being used to try and turn. So what is he trying to say? Strategy being refined, whether in Machiavelli's machinations, the British colonization of India, even the Virginia slave codes that convinced European indentured servants they were somehow better off than African slaves to prevent them from joining forces against the wealthy landowners who exploited them both. Don't you see the lesson here? Don't you see the lesson here? The lesson is right there. The thing that they fear most is us joining against the wealthy landowners, right? If comparison to the early days of America, like that's the lesson to be learned here. They did the same thing across America by convincing poor whites they had more in common with rich folks than they did with black folks. That's true. But that's another article altogether. Now the strategy is being used to try and turn black men and black women against each other, pretending that a win for black women, like President Biden appointing the first black woman in the United States Supreme Court, is a loss for black men. Definitely a loss for, I wouldn't say this Supreme Court, Ketanji Brown Jackson, is a loss for black men. I think it's a loss for the entire nation, but let's continue. It's ridiculous. I know, unfortunately, too often it works. And that's that whole like inclusion thing. Oh, there's a black woman in the Supreme Court and wow. And it's just like, what? Anyway, but there's other unforeseen consequences in the strategy. By targeting black men for potential 14 to 60% of a vote, they've created their own worst nightmare and transformed ours into one, if not the most important swing vote in the nation. Targeting black male voters, whether you're talking about 2016 Russian fake news campaign, disinformation flooding, the Georgia runoff, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now let's go back to DeSantis, they say. Of course, you want to stick with DeSantis. I don't know. It has nothing to do with MAGA. MAGA leaders like DeSantis. What? MAGA leaders? How is DeSantis a MAGA leader? He's literally a competitor to Trump. This is how they be misinforming people. So, like, black people who read this, or anybody who reads this, is going to be highly misinformed. MAGA leaders like DeSantis? MAGA is Trump, bro. What are they talking about? Where truth is, we're organized, mobilized, and united. The voices of votes of black men hold power that is undeniable as it is inescapable. Isn't this the same website that said black men are the white people of black people? You want to talk about divide and conquer. All right, so this was trash. This was just, yo, do they pay people to write this stuff? Like, who is Antoine Seawright? Did they pay him to do this? Let's see. CEO of Blueprint Strategy, works for CBS, The Hill, BET, News One. Yeah. So, okay, so he's one of the guys commissioned, and yeah, he's a DNC plant. He's a DNC plant. He's working for the left. Anyway, let's move on. I thought it was going to be something juicy there. It was nothing juicy there at all. Just them complaining and being inaccurate. All right, let's take a look at this Jay-Z film. Jay-Z's gone full Hebrew Israelite. Let's take a look at the trailer. Hopefully the stream doesn't get limited for showing this trailer, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Clarence, I'm not a man without faults. I played the cards I was dealt.
Clarence,
In spite of your selfish ways, there is a beautiful soul in there somewhere.
It's him. Jesus of Nazareth. You can't even buy power like that.
Hey, Don Day, it's called Master Focus. And yes, it does help you see through the BS much easier.
I want to be like that in 10 years. I want to be like that now. Knowledge is stronger than belief. Plants, he needs miracles. I have a plan. I can see! I can see! God sent me to deliver his message. I am your new Messiah. Blasphemous swine! Ah, stop that! Your God is a myth. See for yourselves, there is no Messiah. Parents, if you'll be so kind to walk on water. Damn.
Oh, shit. All right, chat. What we thinking? What we thinking, man? Davion said, throw the whole movie away. Jack Reed said, what the fuck is with the horrible Prince remix? Jesus is the only Messiah. What the fuck is this? Sounds satanistic in the background. Black Jesus. El Cristo Negro de Puerto Bello. This guy plays in all types of roles. Yeah, he does. All right, I'll give you my thoughts on this. First of all, I'm going to see this shit. I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it. It has nothing to do with Jay-Z. What do you mean it has nothing to do with Jay-Z? You going to see it too, right, Patriot J? Patriot J in the chat. Patriot J was at Hotep Con. This is a false prophet who grifted after Christ's death. No, this is a Jay-Z produced movie. I think this is like a Jay-Z production. Right there. You see right there? Featuring new music from Jay-Z. Who are the producers of this? I think Jay-Z's a producer, right? Or is he just dealing in the music? Let's see. Let's see what Jay-Z has to do with this. The Book of Clarence. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. Book of Clarence. I'm looking for producers. All right, here we go. Oh, you got to have IMDb Pro. All right, so let's do this. Book of Clarence, Jay-Z. And it says here, Jay-Z resurrects Instagram. So he resurrected his Instagram to promote another film he produced. So the internet is saying he produced this. He's one of the producers. That's why he turned his Instagram back on to promote this new movie. People Magazine. Sean Carter. Yeah, he's also among the producers of the film about a down on his luck man living in Jerusalem who tries to capitalize on the rising influence of the Messiah. It's currently due to hit theaters on January 12, 2024. January 12, 2024. Okay, so we got to wait till next year to watch this film. What Why y'all don't like it? What's wrong? Why you don't like it? It seems a bit Bohemian Grove-ish. Oh, wait till Goldstein calls in. Cue the quarter and make a video about race swapping. Thank you. Finally, somebody.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Strong Dad. Somebody's thinking what I was thinking. That is what I thought was going to be the true controversy, was the fact that you got black people running around in Israel. Alhamdulillah. He said run the trailer back at the beginning. It said Jay-Z was a producer. Oh, okay. It was at the beginning. Where is it? Can I pass it? Jerusalem, AD 33. But that's what I thought. Now, I'm going to say, oh, here it is right here. Yeah, producer Sean Carter. Yep, right there. Now, Mobb Deep said they've been race swapping Jesus for thousands of years. It's our turn to do the same. Oh, here we go.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Oh, somebody says this movie is no different than the Color Purple remake. No, that's not true. That's not true. Did anybody watch The Harder They Fall? The cowboy movie, the black cowboy movie? That was amazing. I love that movie. I watched it twice, and I don't watch very many movies twice, and I would watch it a third and 100th time. It's more James Samuel. Yes, James Samuel is probably going to put together. Here's my thing. When I watch a movie, you know, I want it to be entertaining. I want it to be good. And I think this is going to be good. Now, I'll say something controversial. The original people of Israel were brown. I'm just saying. The original people in that time period were brown. That's all I'm saying. They were brown. People in that region were brown. Black maybe. Brown maybe. I don't know. But the motherfuckers was definitely black or brown. Okay? David Rex said Vivek Brown. I don't know what kind of brown. I don't want to dive into the details, but you know, my senses say black.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Black as in African. You know what I'm saying? That's what my Hotep senses are tingling about. Kay says, shout out to Shaka Agmos. Yeah, shout out to Shaka. You know, God forbid the people in that region are black. It's just kind of weird. People are like, oh my God, you know, if you say they were brown, like Arab, people go, oh, okay, that's totally fine. Yeah, they were Arab. But if you say they were black, it's like, how dare you say they were black? And it's like, what is there, some sort of like secret treaty that I don't know about between white folks and Arabs where they're like, we got each other's back? And it's just like, you know, black people did not exist in history. They were not in these regions in history. You said maybe Egypt, but not Israel? I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. If I bring a scholar on here, the scholar gonna tell you, especially in 33 AD. What were the Punic Wars? Let me see. Punic Wars. Yeah. So the Punic Wars are 264 BCE. All right. And now we know Rome slides in. Well, when are the second Punic Wars? I want to see this. Yeah, so second Punic Wars were 218 to 201 BC. And this is 99 AD. I don't know. I know if I bring on Shaka, he gonna drop some gems on us. Should I call him? No, I ain't gonna call him. because then it's gonna co-opt the entire stream, and I'll never get to what I got to get to. But maybe we'll set up a separate stream with Shaka and see what he says about the geography of the world and the racial makeup in 99 AD. Ramses the Great was a ginger. You can see his corpse today. Oh my God. Which Ramses? Isn't there 3 Ramses? You can't just say Ramses. Ramses the first, second, or the third. Said we got pictures of white Jesus on the wall. Bringing Captain Tazariak. Oh Lord. I don't know. I'm leaning on the Hebrew Israelite side of things. I like this shit. I don't think Ramses the second was a European. I want to see black people in Israel. This is spicy. I want to see people get upset. I want to see people get mad, and I want to see the anger in people. How dare you put black people in this region? I want to see that. I don't know why. I like that type of controversy. I like seeing the insecurities of people. Yeah, I just like to see the insecurities of people. He said Julius Caesar would have already conquered Egypt 70 years prior to this. Yeah. That is true. Although that doesn't necessarily change the makeup of the region. You know, if you like, just because you conquer Africa doesn't mean that the African, like they've conquered and colonized massive parts of Africa. Africa is still black.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
You know? Yeah, you can only have so many occupying forces. But I like seeing black people in antiquity. I'm tired of seeing white people, you know, all this 300 shit, and it's like, nah, motherfucker, I want to see some black people in antiquity. I ain't got to see no black people in antiquity movies. This is the shit I've been waiting for. Sub-Saharan Africa is black. Northern Africa is not. I ain't even going to get into that. I'm not even going to get into that ignorance that they're spewing right now in the chat. Oh, poor Dylan. Oh, my God. I wish I gave a damn to like dive into the scholarship of this shit. I just can't be bothered. You just go to Shaka's channel. He'll get you right. I don't have time. But nah, I'm all here for a black Israel. That shit is fucking great to me. This is great. What was the other? Can anybody name another movie in antiquity with black people? Anybody? I can't think of one. I can't think of one at all. I feel like this might be a first of its kind. Chat, help me out. Anybody in the chat know of Hotep? Oh, here's Hotep Goldstein. That's a good point, though. White folks hate hearing about black people in history. Yeah, why is that? Why we can't be black? Why black people never? Can we exist in history? Somebody said the Wiz coming to America. Yo, Scorpion King. This is the first of its kind. Maybe this shit they might not even let this shit come out. The production quality does look good. Jesus Christ Superstar in the 70s. Okay. That's the only part that would make me see the movie Black Folks in Antiquity. Yeah. Kyrie will be redeemed. He should have put Kyrie in the movie, man. That would have been fire. Really stir up some controversy. It was one nigga in Ben-Hur, right? We had the original movie, then they whitewashed it. Yeah. This is the first black movie in antiquity. Wow. All praise be due to Allah. All right, let's go back in the Grift bag. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Black people come into Israel soon. I love to see it. I love to see it. All right, let's talk. Let's see what Tucker's talking about here.
What do you think the future holds? Is it?
I don't know.
I mean, are they going to let Trump be president?
Of course. I mean, look, if, they protested him, they called him names. He won anyway. They impeached him twice on ridiculous pretenses. They fabricated a lot about what happened on January 6th in order to impeach him again. It didn't work. He came back. Then they indicted him. It didn't work. He became more popular. Then they indicted him 3 more times. And every single time his popularity rose. So if you begin with criticism, then you go to protest, then you go to impeachment, now you go to indictment, and none of them work, what's next? I mean, graph it out, man. We're speeding toward assassination, obviously, and no one will say that, but I don't know how you can reach that conclusion. You know what I mean? Like, they have decided, permanent Washington, both parties have decided that there's something about Trump that's so threatening to them, they just can't have him. I mean, they're putting him on trial in March of next year in the J6 case, which basically consists of trying to send him to prison for the rest of his life for complaining about the last election. That's literally what it is. Again, if this were happening in Moldova, the State Department would issue an all-hands-on-deck order to let the world know this is not a legitimate government. And yet our government is doing it. It's like it's hard to overstate how bad this is. And I don't know where it's going, but there's a collision that's clearly imminent. And by the way, the president is senile in a way that's impossible to deny. Biden's not running the government, so like, I don't know, man. I've never been this worried about anything as I am about where this is going.
Damn. Y'all think that's plausible, man? Y'all think that's plausible? Let's move on. I don't like speaking death on people. So let's move on. I don't want to put that in the air at all. All right. So we got about 20 minutes. We're going to open up phone lines. We're going to talk about Black Jesus and all of that. If you want to be on the phone lines, dial 202-596. I'm sorry. Text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631. Also, as we move into the crypto portion of this presentation, money's falling out the sky. AirDrop coming soon. AirDrop coming soon. This is the real everything app. If you guys want to participate in the launch, you want to be a part of the culture. You want to cultivate the culture of a new social media app with lots of tools as well. You don't have to be social with this app. Lots of tools as well. Hit that link. I just dropped it in the chat. Join the Telegram. Be a part of this launch group. Get paid to be a part of the launch. And that's a huge opportunity right there. Shout out to Syscoin. Appreciate you. Sponsor of the channel. Jordan Matthews with the big boy super chat. He says, Phineas, Hebrew prophet in Judges, name means black. Zephanias, granddad named Cushi. David mentions a man named Cush that's chasing him in Psalm 7. Simeon is nicknamed Niger in Acts. Can't wait to watch. Yeah. If somebody really, it's probably done before, but we need a deep dive into the blackness of the Bible, how black the Bible is, and then the whitewashing of it all. That's one thing that'll always fascinate me. When white people don't like seeing black people in history, that's always fascinating. It's like anything outside of slavery, it's like, they're like, that's not true. That never happened. And everybody turns into a historical scholar. But if you said the Arabs did it, nobody fact check. If you say the Asians did it, nobody fact checks. But everybody's just fact checking once you mention anything black and great. They try to minimize and diminish. It's quite fascinating. Quite a fascinating phenomenon. I'd love to spend some time thinking about that and doing some research into the psychological ramifications or the psychological torture that white people go through when they see this stuff. And it's not all white people, it's some. But very fascinating. Anyway, let's go and take a look at what the globalists are doing now. So let's start right here. Let's pull this article up. We got a bunch of articles to cover today. It says China's Baidu and ByteDance launch AI chatbots to public. So China's got AI now. Nothing furthermore. I just want to put that on your radar as we run through these stories really quickly. Here's another one here. This is the digital euro, and as we discuss CBDCs and the future of CBDCs, before we really are able to understand what could happen nationally, we have to see what's happening internationally. And we have a guy named Stefan Berger, who's a German lawmaker, and he said, well, the interesting part here is, as my highlights were deleted once again, the EU's landmark markets in crypto regulations. So there was regulation before this concept of a digital euro. So that's one thing you'll see in the United States. They're working on legislation surrounding crypto because they have to put all the legal language together. Well, they don't have to, but they will. And that's usually ominous of impending CBDC danger. So you can see here in the EU, they have crypto regulation through Parliament. And it says Berger will take on a similar role on a central bank digital currency, on which many of his colleagues have proved skeptical. Having your own digital currency means the EU, now this is the important part right here, makes the EU more independent of non-EU countries. Now, this is what I was saying before when I said the CBDC is sort of like creating borders, digital borders, okay? And it says here, and is part of the digital age. So as BRICS starts to carve out or pop up their digital borders, the EU is going to have their digital borders, and then the rest of the West is going to have their digital borders. But the EU, as it says here, independent of non-EU countries. So separating this thing out by region and saying, okay, this is our territory, and we're going to lock the people in with programmatic currency. And we'll talk about programmatic currency in a little bit. So it says it has not made a formal decision. The European Central Bank has not made a formal decision on the CBDC. I think that was it for this article. The digital euro is a solution looking for a problem. A solution looking for a problem is how Michael Hugevief, a Dutch MEP, I believe is this quote. Yeah. Says his party might not have enough votes to reject the plans outright. Well, at least try to adjust it, and I will try to utmost to address the concerns of citizens. So there is some pushback, it appears to be, maybe, potentially, I don't know. Maybe he's controlled opposition, who knows? But the digital euro is in development. All right, let's go to the next article. And this is Thailand's digital wallet. So Thailand's digital wallet. Okay, these highlights were saved. Good. Okay. So Thailand has a digital wallet, and basically what they're doing is they're doing a national digital asset airdrop. So it's sort of like the airdrop like I talked about here, where it's basically free money. So they're gonna be putting out a digital wallet. It's gonna be 10,000 baht, aka $286 in digital money, right? And keep in mind here, basically you're gonna give away free money to stimulate the economy. And we spoke about this yesterday in regards to CBDC, that they're going to use poor people to roll this thing out. And if it's free money, like if the government said, hey, look, we got $1,000 for you, download the digital wallet. I mean, how many of us are not going to download the digital wallet to get free $1,000? Of course we are, right? So that's Thailand's play. So different tactics in different areas. Thailand's trying the AirDrop method, free money. But as you see here, it says has to be spent within 6 months. And this is what we're talking about when it comes to programmatic currency, where they can program the currency to do it at once and expire at a certain point. So imagine that you earn your paycheck and then your money expires and the government says you got to spend it here and now. And if you don't spend it here and now, well, it disappears. Also says cannot be converted into cash or used for settling debt. So you can't take that 286 and pay off your credit card. It has to be used for particular purposes, buying goods and services, but cannot be used to pay down debt. How dare you try and pay down the debt that the bankers created? It says Thailand's digital wallet scheme. It says, however, with the newly proposed geographical and time restrictions. So again, there are geographical restrictions on this too. It has to be spent within 4 kilometers of a citizen's residential location. So not only can they program it based upon other various factors, but also, your geolocation is going to be programmed in here and where this can be spent. So it must be in your local vicinity. Very interesting. Or within 4 kilometers, right? This is primarily because the tokens are government-controlled assets to stimulate the country's economy. It says spending from the digital wallet, which is estimated to cost the taxpayer about 560 billion baht, will help stimulate the national economy with the expectation that it will put as much as 1.68 trillion baht back into circulation, said the source. Really, really weird game they're playing here. I don't quite understand it. It's like, I'm going to give you this money, but all y'all going to pay it back. I really wish I could wrap my head around this shit. It's just so bullshit that it's not possible. And even when somebody explains it to you, you're like, that's some bullshit, okay? If you ever read Creature of Jekyll Island, you'll understand what I'm saying. It's just, they just fucking make up the rules as they go along. Anyway, so that's the CBDC plan in Thailand. Basically, give it away. I'm going to come back to the Bank on International Settlements in a second. But first, let's go here and take a look at this. And it says, now customers of these 5 banks can scan UPI QR code and pay via digital rupee. So we talked about India. And now Kodak Mahindra Bank Thursday announced the introduction of a unified payments interface. So UPI would be a unified payments interface interoperability feature on its digital rupee application as part of the Reserve Bank of India's central bank digital currency CBDC pilot project. With this digital rupee app, users can now scan any QR code at merchants to make payments for groceries and daily expenses. So they are testing CBDC technology now, direct from the central bank, through Kodak Mahindra Bank. So it looks like Kodak developed the application in conjunction with the CBDC pilot project, basically connecting the app to the CBDC. And QR code is going to be the way. Now, it's funny, the QR code. I remember prior to the pandemic, nobody knew what a QR code was, except for us tech geeks. Nobody knew what it was. Your grandma didn't know. Your mama didn't know. Your auntie didn't know. Your uncle didn't know. Your daddy didn't know. Nobody knew. But when the pandemic came about, and then they had like, a part of me believes that some of the motive behind the pandemic was to teach people the importance of QR codes. Like, you motherfuckers are so dumb and outdated, you don't know how to use a QR code. So during the pandemic, even now when you go to restaurants, there's no menu sometimes. You just scan your phone and the QR code and it takes you to a digital menu on your phone on some website, right? nobody knew how to use a QR code. And I feel like after the pandemic, everybody's like, oh, QR code here. Let me get my phone out. And everybody does the zippy zappy thing, right? So that's going to be another a tool of implementation along with the CBDC. Now, the most important CBDC update of the day. Hold on. This is from the Bank of International Settlements. So this is their executive summary. This is super important because this is what they say. And I want to spend the rest of our time here taking a look at this document. This is serious business here. Doesn't let me do that. Anyway, just want to make sure you can see this good on your screen, at least somewhat. All right, let's see here. What are they saying? So it says, today, money exists in two forms. Public money is issued by a central bank via banknotes. And this is important for people who need education on money, because in order to understand the CBDC, you do need some education on money. If you need an education on central banking, go get my book, The Patriot Report, Unmasking the Conspiracy of Money and War.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You can get that at HotepJesus.com. So it says public money is issued by a central bank via banknotes. Banknotes are dollars, right? And central bank reserves. While private money is issued by commercial banks in the form of deposits and non-bank financial institutions in the form of electronic money, aka e-money. Banknotes are the only form of public money available to the general public. Banks, in contrast, also have access to public money in electronic form via central bank reserves. All right. So it says here, now it's all basic, right? It says here, the only digital money to which the general public currently has access is issued by commercial banks or e-money issuers. As a liability on their balance sheets, such money carries the credit risk of its issuer. So the key part about this sentence here is as a liability, because the way the banking system works is sometimes the assets are also liabilities and the liabilities are also assets. And this goes back to the fact that these people just be making up shit as they go along, right? So they'll say money lent out obviously is a risk and could be viewed as a liability. However, those loans end up on their balance sheets as assets. So when they say this situation here, it says as a liability, they're telling you that on their balance sheets, they're talking about on their balance sheets as specifically as a liability. Okay, so money on a balance sheet as a liability carries a credit risk to its issuer, right? And that's what I was just talking about, how it's a risk. And it says, in contrast, central bank digital currencies are a direct liability of the central bank, and as such do not carry any credit risk, right? Because the central bank creates the money, so they don't owe anybody money, so there's no credit risk because they just print it. Anyway, so it says here there are two types of CBDC. Retail CBDCs, or RCBDCs, are intended for the general public, aiming to provide a risk-free and digital means of payment for everyday transactions. Then there's wholesale CBDCs, or WCBDCs, on the other hand, are designed for use among financial intermediaries and operate like central bank reserves, but with added functionalities enabled by tokenization. Okay? So, again, programmatic money, right? Money that you can program is what they're talking about here. I was going to go into a tangent and explain central banking, but I want to keep going. So it says benefits and challenge. So it says here, access to digital money facilitates participation in digital RCBDCs, can promote financial inclusion and innovation where the profit potential is insufficient to attract the private sector. Hold on a second. I have to understand this sentence. Interesting. So if I'm understanding this correctly, they're basically saying let's incentivize the public, let's incentivize people because the private sector wants profits, is how I'm understanding that sentence. Then it says programming transactions makes payment processing automatic, where payment is affected if and only if all payment conditions are met. CBDCs may thus eliminate settlement risk. Okay, that makes sense. CBDCs may help reduce the cost of payments. Okay, we've talked about that yesterday. Disintermediation refers to commercial banks being deprived of retail deposits, as retail depositors shift towards RCBDCs from bank deposits, complicating banks' role in credit intermediation. Boom. Okay. Remember I told you how your bank was going to disappear? Remember I told you your bank will no longer exist when the CBDC rolls out? All right. So the Bank on International Settlements, which is, one of the foremost authorities on credit around the world, has just said because of the CBDC, it may complicate a bank's role in credit intermediation. Told you. This is the shit Hotep's been told you. Says also an exacerbated version of disintermediation may occur in times of distress, as bank creditors may run for risk-free RCBDCs, thereby creating financial stability risks. Interesting. So times of distress could be like what we're in now, right? And a bank creditor may run risk-free. So the bank creditor could be like, this could be the Fed, and that could run financial stability risks for the private sector. Yes. Okay. I think I'm reading that correctly. It says the use of RCBDCs implies that the user leaves behind a digital footprint, raising questions and issues relating to data, governance, and privacy. And that's what I was telling you the other day, where the Fourth Amendment will be obliterated due to the RCBDC. Approaches to mitigating these risks include caps to CBDC holdings, remuneration policies. I gotta look this word up. Money paid for work or service. Yes. Okay. That imply a premium for commercial bank money and robust data governance regimes. Approaches to mitigating this risk include caps to CBDC remuneration policies that imply a premium. Oh shit. For commercial bank money. Wow. So the premium could be passed down to the consumer. To the taxpayer as well. Okay, interesting. This is probably the most important paper that's come out about the CBDC this year. That's why I want to take my time and go through it. Okay, so it says the architecture here, right? It says introducing CBDCs requires an adjusted division of labor. Hold on, let me check on the chat because the chat might be adding some context here, and I just want to make sure. Yeah, tag and track the humans. Where's Cyprian? I don't know, man. He's in his group chat somewhere. Okay, so let's go back. All right. So it says introducing CBDCs requires an adjusted division of labor between central bank and providers of private money in respect of execution and recording of payments and client servicing. In that regard, 3 models have emerged. In a one-tier system, so this is the one-tier system, I think, is the one that we've discussed the most. So let's look at this. It says in a one-tier system, the central bank handles all payments itself, onboards clients, including implementing KYC rules, aka know your customer, and provides day-to-day services. So basically completely replacing your bank. Such a model is widely considered to be inefficient as it detracts from the central bank's main role of providing monetary and financial stability, and they do a very poor job of that. It may hinder innovation by the private sector and may cause the central bank to assume an undesirable role as financial intermediary and as manager of data privacy issues. I think it's going to be the third option, and I think JPM. When we get to the third option, I just want you to think of JPM. So it says here, in a pure two-tier system, payments and client onboarding and servicing are handled largely by the private sector, right? So your bank will handle all of that. While the central bank handles the wholesale balances that result as an aggregate of retail transactions, right? The benefits of such an intermediated CBDC architecture would include a diminished need for centralized data collection and perhaps better data security due to the decentralized nature of record keeping. Yes. Although you can do tier 1 and decentralize the record keeping. Or the distribution of data. I shouldn't say that, because the data is probably going to be centralized, but I think the distribution of data could be decentralized in the one-tier system. It says a hybrid CBDC architecture incorporates a two-tier. Hold on a second. Let me see if this looks better. This does look better. Okay. I forget I have this feature in my browser where I can do this. Change the font. Okay. So now we're in a hybrid. It said a hybrid CBDC architecture incorporates a two-tier system with direct claims in the central bank while real-time payments are handled by intermediaries, right? So intermediaries, I'm thinking, is going to be, based upon authorization. Who has authorization to issue the CBDC? And we know JPM is going to be the first. In such a model, in fact, JPM is going to be some of the architects behind this stuff here. In such a model, including MIT, in such a model, client onboarding and servicing are handled largely by the private sector. So your bank will handle the onboarding and servicing. The same applies to the execution and recording of individual transactions, but in addition to wholesale records, the central bank periodically updates its records of retail transactions. Right. This allows it to step in if a payment provider fails to ensure the continuity of payment services. Yes. Okay, that all makes sense. As assessing the merits of each approach is an area of ongoing research. A key design choice is whether CBDC should rely on a trusted central authority to maintain the transaction's ledger, or whether it be based on a platform with decentralized governments as provided by distributed ledger technology. So I think that's kind of like nodes, right? Like when you have different nodes and they distribute the ledger across. Okay, let's go to here. It says is this yeah. I think some cryptos use DLT. Okay, here we go. Yeah. This process of reviewing transactions is called a consensus mechanism, and DLT may leverage any of the following processes. Note that consensus mechanisms are constantly evolving, and only several of the more common approaches are listed below. So proof of work, proof of stake, and we know all of these, and we know that Syscoin runs off of proof of work. The Bitcoin merge mining. So it says distributed ledgers versus blockchain. Okay, there are several. Oh, yes. Okay, no, this is the opposite of blockchain tech. Yes, okay. That's right. That's where, okay, yeah. There are, yeah, okay, so DeFi builds off of DLT. DeFi allows users to enter into many familiar transactions offered by traditional banking solutions. Maybe DLT is used as a layer 2 solution? Yeah. Okay, hold on. Distributed ledger technology layer 2. Okay, here we are. Let's open that up. Hit that. Yeah. Distrib technology. Okay, there's a lot of innovation on that array distributed today. Some networks. Yeah, so I think that's a layer 2 thing. Yeah, so DLT is a layer 2 thing. All right, let's go back. So just to explain like what I was trying to just jog my memory there and get myself caught up, blockchain would have everything centralized in the blockchain, in the ledger. And then distributed ledger technology means that there are several different ledgers in various places. But then at some point, there are checks and balances throughout all the ledgers to make sure everything's copacetic. TCP/IP, yeah, there you go. Yeah, TCP/IP would be an example of that. Yes, it would. Thank you. Duh, I could have just said TCP/IP. TCP/IP is basically what the internet runs off of. You guys are using TCP/IP right now. And I'm working on becoming more of a crypto expert. But as you can see, it's shit. Fresh Mike, he says, so is this saying CBDC will be layer 2? It's saying it could be. It's saying it could be. It could be operating like a distributed ledger. All right, so let's continue because this next part is important here, and then we're going to go to phone calls. It says cross-border aspects. International cooperation is required. Right here. International cooperation is required. So this is the part here where, you know, globalism comes into effect, right? And everybody's like, oh, globalists, the globalists, the globalists. Hold on. There we go. That's what this is. To allow for cross-border use of CBDCs, right? So we just talked about the euro dollar, right? So we'll show that the euro dollar will be, let's call it one silo or one operator, one node, and then the United States or the North American organization or whatever it may be, whatever it terms it to be, because there may be a huge cooperation between the CBDCs, between Canada, Mexico, and South America, or parts of South America. So then you'll have a CBDC here in the euro, you have a CBDC here in America, and then those CBDCs will communicate with each other. So this is cross-border uses of CBDC, and then so you'll have those two, right? You have those two connected here, and then you might have the International Monetary Fund or the World Bank that'll sit above both of those, and both of those will communicate, and then cross-border settlements might happen through the IMF, and they'll be that network. So to go up to the IMF and then over could be done that way. Let's see. A challenge in that regard is the use of digital identity. So digital ID, right? So that's coming soon, right? We already know that exists here in America already with the driver's licenses. Many states have issued a digital ID. Overcoming this challenge by working towards, right here, supranational digital ID. says overcoming this challenge by working towards a supranational digital ID does not appear to be realistic. Instead, international efforts towards mutually recognizing national ID credentials are a more promising approach. So what they're saying is we're not going to have a globalist digital ID, meaning Interpol would govern United States citizens, just like the WHO gets to dictate how YouTube operates. But they're saying that they'll honor the ID of your nation, right? Maybe they're telling the truth. Maybe they're not. However, we can't ignore the fact that they've mentioned supranational digital ID, and it is in the conversation. This approach includes work on strengthening KYC rules. So, giving the government more information about yourself. Reviewing the interaction between data frameworks and cross-border payments, reflecting cross-border usage of CBDC designs. A way to achieve these objectives is through multi-CBDC, so MCBDC arrangements, which coordinate national CBDCs. 3 models for MCBDC arrangements may be identified. And it says MCBDC Model 1 enhances the compatibility of national CBDC systems by aligning regulatory frameworks. This includes coordinated national ID schemes. So this is where it kind of gets loopy, because they say here there's not going to be a supranational digital ID. They say that's not realistic. However, they say one model mentions a coordinated national ID scheme, right? Basically saying all nations try to figure out some way to have an ID system that looks like each other or talks to each other easily. Model 2 seeks to interlink national CBD systems via technical interfaces. This includes mutual recognition of national ID schemes. Model 3 creates a single MCBD system that hosts several national CBDCs on a single platform. Now, this is what I was just talking about. Interesting. I just brought this up. Wow, I'm good. I'm really good at this. So MCBD system Model 3 says national CBDCs on a single platform. So that's what I'm saying is like that governing body, right? International Monetary Fund, World Bank, the United States CBDC, the Euro CBDC might need permissions from the World Bank to approve your cross-border transactions. Because right now with crypto, if I want to send money to Russia, I can just do it. There's nothing stopping me from sending Syscoin to somebody in Russia. Absolutely nothing. Nobody can stop me. I could do it right now. Nobody can stop me. And Syscoin payments go out soon. So yeah. So that's that global governing body, right? And this is why you got to be careful when you read these things. They say, you know, supranational digital ID may not be realistic. And then right here, it tells you Model 3, you know, and Model 1 sort of speak to some sort of globalist takeover as far as money's concerned. So, yes, maybe, just maybe, the World Bank will have jurisdiction over your payments, over your money. Tokenization is a process of, okay, so this is just notes here. So, again, this is the executive summary coming out of the Bank of International Settlements, which is a really large financial institution. And, yeah, so I tweeted this out. You guys can go look at my update on CBDCs and do your own research. Excuse me. But that being said, let's go ahead and open up phone lines. We're going to go to the callers and talk about everything in this stream. And hold on, let me just give me a second. Let me just open this all up. Okay, good. All right, perfect. So, yeah, we'll take calls right after this short, brief commercial break.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in.
How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Oh, what's going down?
Yo, we got Strong Dad on the line. Strong Dad, what's up, man?
What's cracking, y'all?
Life is good. How you feeling, man?
What's cracking, y'all? Can y'all hear me well?
Yep.
I'm feeling good. I'm just spraying this interior real quick, but I feel like I gotta call in because I'm doing it.
Cause what? Yo. Yo. Did he drop? Strong Dad.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
No, your signal went out. We didn't hear nothing you said.
Oh.
We didn't hear anything you said, bro.
What about now, though?
Oh, now I can hear you.
Okay.
What's happening?
Listen.
Yeah.
The people who...
Strong Dad. All right, we're going to have to come back to Strong Dad. Goldstein, go ahead and call in. Goldstein, call in. I want to let Strong Dad get a chance to... we're going to have Goldstein call in. We'll let Strong Dad have an opportunity to get his signal together. He's probably at a job site right now. What are the chatters talking about? Goldstein.
From Murphy's.
Goldstein.
What up?
What's good, bro?
Hell, they killed that nigga.
Destroyed him.
They killed him, man. What's going on?
Not much, man. How you feeling, bro?
Chilling. Hey, black Jesus wannabe, Clarence?
Yeah. What you think about that?
Look, that movie ain't gonna be as controversial as people think because for some reason Hollywood loves dragging Christians and Christianity. I mean, you look at Jesus Christ Superstar, they made Jesus gay in that one, so it's just one of them things.
Oh boy, here we go.
If you can have an alternative take on that whole little aspect of humanity, and you can put it in Hollywood, then you know you're good. They ain't gonna cry too much about that. But look, I think it raises a bigger question though. Like, listen, there's gonna be a certain segment of the white populace that is upset about that.
Yes, it is.
And and I think it's for good reason.
Really?
Because their voice, their voice is unheard. And just like the redacted was the pipeline to get niggas in roles in Hollywood that we normally wouldn't have got back in the 30s and shit, I think niggas need to be the pipeline to get white folks in roles that they can't have now.
Like what?
So, my proposal is we need to make a Black Friday. Or White Friday, my bad. White Friday.
Wait, hold on. What the fuck is going on today, yo? What are you talking about?
We need to remake Friday, same exact plot, same exact characters, but with white faces.
Why? Why would we do that?
Just to fuck up the world. Just to fuck the system smooth up, just because. Because they don't get that same type of consideration when it comes to replacing roles. And I'm a huge proponent of dragging things out to its furthest point of ridiculousness in order to just fuck the whole goddamn system up.
But wait a second. What does this got to do with the Black Jesus movie, Book of Clarence?
It's the exact opposite. If you can have that role being played by entirely black cast.
Yes.
And why not have an entirely white Friday?
But this
That's
is this
true
is
equity.
but this is closer to being historically accurate, no?
It is, but who gives a shit about that, right? Listen, this shit would be fire, bro. I got Jack Black playing Craig, right?
Oh boy, here we go.
You get motherfucking Steve-O. He can play Smokey. All right. Then you get John Cena. You could put him as Debo, right?
Can we make Alex Stein? Can we make Alex Stein Smokey?
Yeah, we can make Alex Stein Smokey. Fuck it. We can make Alex Stein Smokey. Then look, someone in the chat suggested that we put Margot Robbie as the love interest of Craig, but then someone else in the chat also said that would put us over budget. So I propose we put Margot Robbie as Miss Parker because it was a bit role, and Miss Parker was bad, so we could just put Margot Robbie as Miss Parker.
Lord have mercy. They about to cancel me for this.
We could put Britney Spears as Felicia.
Oh my God.
Right? Then, as Ezell, you could have Lil Pump playing Ezell. You know what I mean? Why not? And Ron Perlman, he could play Big Worm.
Who?
Ron Perlman, the nigga from Sons of Anarchy with the American Dad channel. Troll motherfucker. Tell me that shit wouldn't be fire. That should be the first. Hey, we could have methamphetamines playing the role of weed. Boom. There you go. That should be the first Hotep Productions movie.
Oh my God.
Hotep Nation Productions. If you thought you won Coon of the Year last time, you really finna nail it this one.
Goldstein. Goldstein. Hey, you're not about to ruin this movie for me, man. I'm going to see Book of Clarence with all these black people in Israel, and I'm going to enjoy this bitch.
Look, I'm all for remaking any goddamn movie with any goddamn cast of characters you want. I'm all for that shit. I just think it should work in every direction. That's my only beef with it. If you want to make Black Captain America, fine, but you also got to make a white Black Panther. You got to do that.
Okay. Why should Christians be mad at this movie?
Christians, because they're not going to be mad at the movie. There's only going to be a certain element of Christians mad at the movie. The Nick Fuentes element of Christians will be mad at that movie.
Why?
Because they own the exclusive rights to those characters. In their mind,
Christians.
Yeah. In their mind. Now look, truth be told, all serious, all bullshit aside, this shit does look fairly blasphemous. And that's par for the course with motherfuckers who hang out with Marina Abramovich, right? You expect that from them. So the shit does look fairly blasphemous just on its face right now. You got some dude trying to usurp the fucking role of Jesus, and that's fairly antichrist-ish. So if they're going to be mad about it, that's what they're going to be mad at right there. It's blasphemous to them. But outside of that, there should be no other reason.
Outside of what?
Outside of the blasphemous aspect.
What's blasphemous about it?
Like I said, you got somebody trying to usurp the role of Jesus, and in their mind, that's antichrist-ish.
Yeah, because he's basically trying to steal Jesus' grift and pretend like he's a real Messiah.
Right. That's like the literal definition of antichrist.
But that's exactly what makes me want to go see the movie. Because I'm like, how are they going to make this make sense? Because you know the nigga can't do no miracles. Like when I think what I think is gonna happen is like that scene where he walks on water and he's like, oh shit, he's sweating. I think that Alex Stein could play Ezel. Maybe Jesus is in the background helping them perform the miracles, and that's like the bigger lesson. Whereas like this guy thinks he's doing it, but you know it's damn, I just got hit with a copyright warning. These motherfuckers. But yeah, maybe that's it. If the stream gets clipped, just go to Rumble, Hotep TV on Rumble, and make sure you hit the like button too.
Yeah, y'all need to be living over there, goddammit. Fuck you too.
Big facts. Big facts. That's part of the fight, man.
Although, well, you know, I have a tinfoil kooky take on that. I'll save that for another day.
Here we go.
But yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with the movie. It seems like it's going to be a comedy. It seems like it's going to be lighthearted. I don't got really nothing bad to say about the movie. I can look at it from the perspective of a Christian and say that they're going to be upset about the blasphemous aspect. And then just like I said, on a more practical level, if you're going to all black something, you should be able to all white it. You should be able to all Chinese that shit. I mean, you never really see them try and get into the fray, maybe because they just got better shit to do. But why not make a version of all Chinese, like all Chinese good times? Fuck it. Get in there. Man.
That shit might do numbers.
You know it is. China's got more people.
That shit might do numbers. Oh, shit.
That's all I got. So let me let Strong Dad resurrect himself and get back on the line. They done zapped his call. They done zapped his motherfucking TikTok. They on his ass.
They on his ass. Pause. All right, Hotep and Bill, bro.
Hotep and Bill, man.
Fucking Goldstein went all the way left on us today. This nigga said they need a white Friday.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Niggas is crazy out here, man. I'm telling you, man. Niggas is crazy. YouTube chat is loving it. I mean, the Rumble chat. I'm over on Rumble right now. The Rumble chat is loving it. Who is this?
Call from
Strong Dad.
Strong Dad.
What up? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Sorry, y'all, man. I'm up here, you know what I'm saying, working these mountains. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm disappointed. Like I said, I was disappointed. I've been with Hotep Nation since the early days, before it was popping, before Gutfeld and Fox, you know what I'm saying, before Rumble and all you niggas came into the chat. I was here. All right.
That's
my kufi was tight as a motherfucker. My kufi was so tight. Hotep Jesus had to tell me to loosen it up. He had to tell me to calm down.
That's true too.
So then, Strong Dad June come around, and every single day of June, I was like, you know what? Let me get wholesome on y'all. I loosened up my kufi, and I got wholesome so I could deliver y'all a good message. And now y'all counting me out. What's up with that? Y'all hurt my feelings. And let me tell you what. Y'all gonna count me out because some upstart, much love to Goldstein, but upstart newer to Hotep Nation gonna come around with my kufi. He borrowed my kufi. And here y'all go.
Wait, you said Goldstein borrowed your kufi?
He took my kufi. I took it off and Goldstein put it on. I was like, I took off my kufi and put on my dad cap. I took off my kufi and put on my dad cap, and y'all, Goldstein put my kufi on, and now y'all count me out. But that's okay. Because the wholesome grift changed my life, and it's made me a better person. It's allowed me to help more people. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay that Goldstein's wearing my kufi.
Yeah.
But listen. I said yesterday that I wanted to wait till we had something real to disagree on to debate. That's why I said I can't wait to see him at HotepCon. But the grifting then got Goldstein so drunk that he like, no, we debating right now. We debating right now. And what's worse is I feel disrespected because the both of us, we got these crazy koofy takes. The both of us have this crazy mindset, and we finna meet up to debate septum piercings, my nigga. No. Let me tell you what. I don't back down from a challenge when I deem it worthy, and Goldstein is a worthy adversary. So I'm not gonna back down. But I only have one stipulation.
Okay.
Is that if we are to debate, we're not debating fucking septum rings. Okay, we can debate felons in power, and we can debate the importance of a young pharaoh in the black community, because I know he disagrees.
Oh shit! The importance of young pharaoh. Oh my god!
Of young pharaoh, not young pharaoh himself, although that can be a point, but a young pharaoh in the black community. The importance of having.
No, we got to say the young pharaoh. We can't throw young pharaoh and just the importance of the young pharaoh.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's the only way I'm consent to this debate, because you're not finna have me up there debating no septum piercings. That's a disrespect to Goldstein's kufi, to my kufi, and to Hotep Nation. We don't debate frivolous topics. And young Pharaoh is far from that. He is I'm not even gonna put my points out there. We debating that. That's it. But y'all not finna count me out like that, man. Y'all not finna do me like that. Y'all not finna shame me with that 34% in the YouTube chat. I feel disrespected, and I firmly believe the people who voted against me are new to Hotep Nation, because y'all don't know me like that. Y'all don't know me like that. I was so hot that literally every week YouTube or Twitter was putting me on timeout because I couldn't shut up. I was so hot, my whole account was zapped. I had to remake it. I had to go from Black Mountain Hotep to Black Hotep to Strong Dad. Yeah, y'all tripping.
Retro Neon said in a $1 super chat over on Rumble, he says Strong Dad makes Goldstein look like Malcolm X. Oh shit.
What did he say?
He said Strong Dad makes Goldstein look like Malcolm X. He taking shots.
See, that's a super shot right there, because everybody knows I come with the Khalid Muhammad takes. I don't come with the Malcolm takes. Everybody, see, that's what I'm saying. That's how I know y'all don't know me. I was so black supremacist. Hotep Jesus said, "You gotta calm down, Black Mountain Hotep. You gotta calm down." I was like, "You're right.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. What did I was it unsolicited?
It was unsolicited.
Was it?
Yes, it was unsolicited.
Where were we?
We were on YouTube. And you said you got to calm down. You said you had.
Oh, we was on the phone.
Yeah.
But we were talking about something though.
Yeah.
We were talking about like niggas being ultra Hotep.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
it wasn't out of nowhere. But I was like, yeah, I called you up and was like, yo, bro, you got to calm down. It was in conversation.
No. Yeah, it was in conversation because I was going Ultra Instinct Hotep on y'all. I was going Goku times 20 on y'all, and it was getting I was pushing followers away.
You know what it was?
You know what I'm saying?
It was the conversation where you was having a debate with that young Hotep nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you was saying, I think that was the call we was talking about, how he was deterring other niggas from being a Hotep. And
yeah, no. That's when I was. That was when I was becoming more wholesome. That's when I was trying to.
Oh, so this was before that.
Yeah, this is when I was still Black Mountain Hotep.
Okay, damn.
Yeah.
But I definitely did tell you to calm down.
Yeah,
I won't deny that. Yeah, I was like, yo, you're.
And here Retro Neon go. Here go Retro Neon, man. What's wrong with you, man? Y'all, like I said, we debating the importance of a young pharaoh. You trying to see a kufi? I'm gonna show you what a fitted kufi look like. You feel me? I'm gonna show you what a kufi straight from the African shop look like. You know, when you go down to the flea market and they got the Africans there with the kufis, you put it on, it should barely fit. You're like, man, whose head did you design this for? Mine.
Reggie Neon said if we do a white version of Black Panther, we call it White Panther, and have him be played by Ryan Reynolds. Oh my God.
No, not Ryan Reynolds. Ryan.
Do you agree with Goldstein in regards to having a black version of movies like Friday?
I like that. No, because they already been doing that, man. Come on, man. Don't we remember Gods of Egypt? They've been doing white versions of black ships forever. So it's not like we need an extra version of it, like an extra jump to it. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Gods of Egypt wasn't even Arab, man. Them dudes were straight from Oklahoma.
He done
talking about Osiris.
Strong Dad done pulled the shotgun out on Goldstein. All right, so here's what we got, right? We got the fight card. In the prelims, we got Mike versus K. Okay, in the prelims, we got Mike versus K. They gonna have to hash out whatever beef they got. I don't know who the main event is. Like if it was Tanai versus Lupe, they would be the main event, right? So right now it looks like a co-main event, right? Goldstein versus Strong Dad and Tanai versus who, right? Like we're looking for an opponent for Tanai to come up here and flex his science muscles, you know?
Back.
Yeah, so that looks like a strong card. We'll give Mike and Kay 45 minutes to an hour, and then we'll make the co-main events 2 hours apiece. This looks like a 6-hour event. This looks like a 6-hour event.
Goldstein better watch out.
Everybody
Black
download.
History Hitman.
I need
don't know that.
I need you and Goldstein to get a strong internet connection and download Zoom so I can bring you guys into the call. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be reaching out to also I'm gonna need you to send in your headshots. Make sure you don't cut off your shoulders on the sides. You know, we need headshots. We need poses. Whatever your fight pose is. You know, we need full body, we need 3/4, and then we need portrait, okay? I need all three so we can have Renee have a few options as far as the flyer is concerned. We're going to get Tanai versus somebody and K versus Mike. They're going to hash it out. That's going to be fire. That's going to be this going to be Friday night fights. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
All right. It's set. We ain't pick a date yet, but we're going to pick a date and this shit going to happen.
All right, that sounds good.
All right,
Goldstein, get ready.
All right, yo, Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill, man.
This nigga say he want to debate Tanai on adrenochrome. What's your weight? What's your weight class? You know what I mean? What's your weight class? I don't know if you in the same weight class as Tanai. You know, you're going to have some followers. I'm on my Lupe shit, nigga. If you ain't got 100,000 followers, I don't know if you qualified to debate Tanai. You know? All right, we're gonna go to AK. AK, call in, yo. AK, call in. We're gonna talk to AK. Oh shit, Goldstein done call back. Goldstein.
I don't normally do this, but god damn it. Strong Dad. Hey. Listen here. It's not that the new people, or the old people for that matter, it's not that they don't know you. It's just that they know me. Come on, Strong Dad. You ain't got a shot, my nigga. You ain't got a shot. Set the table however you want it. Topic, all you. Doesn't matter. But goddamn it, you got to know. You setting that table. You the main course, my dude. You the main course.
Oh Lord, he the main course?
Main course.
Oh my God, the entree? Oh Lord.
Man, I've been wearing this motherfucking kufi since the Reagan assassination attempt. On that wasn't even born. I came out the womb with this shit in '76. I'm from good stock. Y'all ain't heard Mama Goldstein yet. I got roots in the kufi. Roots. All right? You're kufi. Strong dad. That's all I wanted to say. I'm out.
AK calling, yo. Shit got real quick. Dan Strong Dad said, I'm gonna pull them roots up, Goldstein. He said them roots is weeds. Oh Lord. Come out and play. Oh man. He said he had the kufi in the coochie. Come on, Tari.
Call from
AK.
AK, what up, man?
What up, man? Man, that I love the back forth. I love the Hotep trash talking between Goldstein and Strong Dad, man. I love that shit.
This is great.
It's all the hype, man. It's going to be a phenomenal event.
Yes,
it's going to be phenomenal.
Yes, it is.
You know, I got to do two things in this call. Number one, I got to try and let people understand. Like, I've been to Israel, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's a like the geographic area, historically speaking. I'm not talking about, you know, the new area that was defined when Israel became a state after World War II. But the geographic area, is like, you know, 19 miles from like the middle of Israel to the border of Egypt. And for someone to just put that in perspective, you think that there are no Africans of dark melanated skin that were able to traverse 20 land miles, right? And that that's like absurd to me. Like, people I don't think have ever looked at a map to see how close the geographic area and where Jesus, the disciples, where all of that took place versus where very, very black people in Africa and Kemet actually are located. So that's number one. That's just absurd. I think people have this like perspective that it's like really, really far apart. Like, when I was in Israel, we went all the way from the Golan Heights, which is the northeast corner, all the way down to the Sinai Peninsula, right? Like, within like 4 hours or whatever, man. Like, and that's driving through the mountains and stopping and all this different stuff. So it's just, it's crazy to me that people just don't understand geographically, and they're like, oh, well, it's impossible that any of the people in the Bible could have possibly had darkly, you know, melanated skin or been African. It's just absurd, man. So that's number one. I just wanted to bring that point for people just to grab a damn map and look at it. Number two, I'm gonna put on my European cape. Okay, I'm half European. All right, and I will say that European Christians, more specifically the Franciscan Order of Monks, preserved a lot of historical sites basically for, you know, 1,500 years in that area that would have been absolutely destroyed by a bunch of different forces. And especially during the time of the Crusades, right? Like, Muslims went hard, man, and they were like trying to fuck shit up. And the Franciscan Order of Monks were able to kind of stave it off. And the reason I say that is because we got to let the white Europeans at least be able to be like, well, because we spent so much time and energy preserving these historical sites, they can have white Jesus. All right. They can historically make them look white. And that's the, you know, we'll call it, that's the fee that the rest of society has to pay, is that they get to have their white Jesus with blonde hair and sandy brown hair and blue eyes, even though we know historically that's not at all what Jesus looked like. But That's our fee that we pay for keeping those historical sites intact. So.
Yep. Well, I've all but given up on. I just laugh at people now and they're like, oh, there was no black people over there, and it's like, all right, bro, all right, niggas just wasn't. Everywhere you go, you see niggas, but they wasn't there. Okay, all right, you got it. I give up.
We got indigenous people that stretch all the way from Alaska to the southern part of South America, but somehow niggas just couldn't cross over a small area of land. Like there was like some just great thing. And like it's absurd, man. So like, and here's the other thing too. Like people don't understand, like genetically speaking, there's this idea that like I could, and this is actually what a lot of the white nationalists, European nationalists will say is like, oh, if you look at like, let's say the Shroud of Turin, right, which we have, and they've done genetic analysis on, they're like, see, you can show that he's not, this genetically. And it's like, well, listen, like the thing with our genes, and this is an important thing to understand, is that the differences genetically, at least based off of how we can sequence DNA, is if I look at the genetic material of a highly melanated African versus a very light-skinned, let's say, European, right? The genetic markers are only going to tell me about the lineage. It won't tell me how much melanin they had in them. And so, like because that is true, the white nationalists will try and use that to prove that, like, oh yeah, see, like Jesus and these people, like they were God's people, and that's why they're genetically so much different. It's like, well, genetically, when you look at the lineage, it's not different. You can actually trace it and show that there is African ancestry, and it kind of disproves it, but you can't show like the melanin. Like it's impossible to show that, at least at this point. I'm sure at some point science will advance to the point that you can actually tell melanin from some type of DNA sequencing, but we can't do it now. But yeah, it's just more or less the point that, man, we're human species, bro. And that we have a lot more in common when it comes down to a genetic disposition at the end of the day. But I just want to throw that.
Nah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, bro.
All right, man. Hotep and build.
Hotep and build. I don't. Jonah, go ahead. Jonah's got authorization to call in, and Kay. Jonah and Kay, you got authorization to call in. Somebody texted me and said, Strong Dad got 20/20 vision, but Goldstein sees the future from 365 degrees. It's history versus future. I like that. Yeah, they got two different perspectives. That's what makes it so polarizing.
Call from
Nigga, I said Jonah and Kay. If it ain't Jonah and Kay, you can't call in. No cutting the line. We can't cut the line. Dizzler, I heard you. Can't cut the line, bro. Let's see. Who we got here? Christian Davis. Every time I book a flight, they want everybody to get these real ID to be able to fly. No more state ID. Yeah, that was the digital ID I was talking about.
Call from
Researcher extraordinaire Jonah on the line. What's up, bro?
Nada. I was trying to get in right after Strong Dad because I was going to tell him, man, it's not all that lonely out here with me.
Huh?
It's not all that lonely out here with me. Because, when you get to this point, it's because you're a strong man. You've earned that point to be that lonely,
Yeah.
But I didn't catch the last three shows because actually just shit's going on. But maybe I find this nanotechnology or this demon that's been inside me. But hey, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But no. Hey, I'll go up against Tanai if he doesn't want someone who's got basic trainings. But hey, I'm not at his level. I'm just at like the kid level.
I think we're gonna have him. We're gonna have him debate Drew commandments. Drew comments. Drew comments.
No. Like I say, I got like that kin level, but I don't speak that level. I don't speak like him. I'm not eloquent,
Yeah.
Anyways, I haven't watched like that show, so I was gonna waste your time. But like, again, Strong Dad, don't take it personally. When you get up here and it's not that bad to be that alone because it means you've earned your stripes.
Absolutely.
That's why when I know I've seen people try to say things about me on the chat or whatever. I'm like, yes, thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Everything that's said about you or I or whatever, everyone that's said about someone who's earned their stripes, it's all positive, even if it's the most negative from the person saying to you because they don't see your level yet.
Yep.
Anyways, don't get me wrong though. I love both of them, and I definitely won't watch it. But hey, yeah. Anyways, y'all, Hotep build. Like I say, when you're in your stripes, it's not that bad to be alone.
Word. Hotep and Bill, bro. I think I understood about 20% of what he said. I definitely understood about 20% of what Jonas said. I think I was following, but then when he laughed, I was like, wait, I wasn't. Steph, I saw the DMs. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Kay, you could call in. Where are we at? Yeah, I understood about 20% of what Jonas said. He just was talking way too fast. I'm looking at the trending topics here. Hold on, let me show you what I'm looking at. Welfare AI is trending. Why is welfare AI trending? What's Kemp trending? Justin, Governor Brian Kemp has rejected calls to start the process to remove. Here we go. Brian Kemp being a bitch. There's some bullshit. Hopefully this is not true. Hopefully this is fake news. Oh, shit. Somebody else said it's true.
Call from Kay.
Kay, what up, love?
What up?
What up?
You know I got to pitch the master focus first. So everybody make sure to click on that QR code. If you're low on it, you should have that reoccurring supply. If you haven't got it, please get it. Make sure to get your mind right with everything that's going on, too. Get your grind right, too. I got good news, too. I just got a promotion. So thank you, Hotep Nation. Thank you, Master Focus.
Let's go. Good news.
Yeah. So, no, what I wanted to say is, okay, for this debate thing, I will put down $100 towards Hotep homeschooling initiative if you bring Sonny with me. Since this kid wants to call himself, this pobrecito güero wants to call himself the white Sonny Johnson, I will put down $100 and donate it to the homeschooling initiative if you get Sonny on.
How about this? We can't have it be odds, right? It's got to be even teams. What if Sonny took your place and it was Mike versus Sonny?
Yep, I'll do it. I'll donate $100.
Oh, my Lord. All right, hold on. Let me change this up. Let's put Mike versus Sonny, and $100 is going to Hotep Nation, helping kids with, that's homeschooling.
And the reason why I want to put $100 down for the homeschooling initiative is because homeschooling is doing so much. You have that connection of the family being able to not only raise their children, but educate them. And at the same time, you're also learning about the creation role. You are respecting your father. You are listening as well as respecting your mother, too. And not only are you getting that required nurturing from your family, but you're also getting that education that usually takes place in the school or someplace else. And you have that missed family connection, unless your parent is a teacher or something like that. But it gives it more of a welcoming atmosphere to learn, to strive, and to grow. And that's why I love the Hotep Homeschool Initiative.
We appreciate that. Mike said he's available. Oh, man. Mike, So Mike it looks like Mike has said he'll do the debate. Mike, is that on camera? Is that on camera? Will you do the debate on camera?
I want it on camera.
We're waiting on Mike to respond now. This is turning out to be one hell of a card. So we're gonna get Tanai versus Drew comments. I'm gonna hit Drew comments up and see if he'll do the debate. That's gonna be fun. Mike versus Sonny. Goldstein versus Strong Dad. Mike says 200%. Oh my God. Wow. If Drew,
And if I need a shirt to say Team Sunny, I will wear a shirt to say Team Sunny.
I don't even know who the prelims are. All of these are like main events. Maybe we can't do this all in one night. Maybe it's a 3-week thing. One night we'll do Tanai versus Drew. The next week we'll do Mike versus Sonny. Then the next one we'll do Goldstein versus Strong Dad. That's how we might have to do this. Wow. What are you debating, by the way? Oh, now Mike, come on, Mike. Don't. I don't think Sonny would bother with me. Numbers aren't there, but if she's willing. If I tell Sonny I have a white man who disagrees with her, and will she please do the debate? If I ask nicely, she'll do it. She loves beating up on white people.
How about the person that's mocking her, claiming that he's the white Sonny Johnson?
He did say he was the white Sonny Johnson. Let me write that down.
Yes, he did.
He did say that. The white Sonny Johnson. He did call himself the white Sonny Johnson. Mike, you're gonna have to listen back to that Twitter Spaces, but you guys, you seem to have a problem with how Sonny attacks white people, and that's what it's gonna be. Do white conservatives deserve the tongue lashing from Sonny Johnson? Pause.
And then I will be on Sonny's team, basically. I'm going to be cheerleading. I'm going to be assistant management, whatever I need to do to help her out.
Okay. All right. You're going to be in her corner man.
Yes.
Her corner woman.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. The corner kitten.
All right. Let me get to some more calls. I appreciate you, love. You set up another main event. I appreciate you.
Hotep and build.
Hotep and build. Damn. It's Hotep Thursday and shit done got grifty. Hold on. We're going to take calls right after this commercial break. I got to do something. Give me 1 minute, and then we're going to take another call right after this commercial break. Hold on.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in.
How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
My bad. All right. Young Pharaoh versus Tanai on Adrenochrome. Come on, man. You want me to bring... That wouldn't be a bad idea, because if they're debating about Young Pharaoh, we might need Young Pharaoh on the platform. So Tanai could debate Young Pharaoh, potentially. That's if Drew comments does it. Tonight, I don't even know if I want to do that. I can't do that to tonight. Never mind. I can't. No, we're not doing that. Tonight is a professor at a university. Oh, man. Who is this?
Call from
Fresh Mike.
Oh, Mike. Mike, what's up, man?
Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Life is good, man. What you got?
Oh, man, my whole world just got put upside down, man. Whoa. You know, I'm literally speechless, which is not something I am many times. So, yeah, man, here I am. Great show today. You know, interesting stuff. I love the digital currency stuff, which I'd love to talk to you more about. Then, of course, Strong Dad and Goldstein going at it was hilarious. You know, and I'm looking forward to talking to Kay. And then you switch it up on me, you know, and that's all right. You know, I think, you don't know my hits, and that's okay. I highly recommend you go through my social medias at Seahawk Comedy and see that I've, made a living as a, professional comedian and podcaster and, promoter for a long time. So I'm not scared, but, hey, look, Sonny's a heavyweight. You know what I mean? Sonny is she makes a living debating, putting her opinion out there, getting people to see things her way or getting them really pissed off if they don't. So, she's good. She's good at what she does. Yeah. So what are we debating? Can I start working on, is that?
Start working on that. Start working on that. All I know is this is a great.
What is the topic?
This is a great. You tell me. You the one that we just had a whole spat this week about how you felt about Sonny's Twitter Spaces. So the topic is: do white conservatives deserve the tongue lashing that Sonny Johnson gives them?
It's okay.
And this is. Let me just say. Let me just say.
I love it.
Let me just say. This is a great opportunity.
I thought we were
Wait. Let me just say, this is a great opportunity for you to grift for your podcast.
Oh, no, absolutely, man. You come on now. Bro, way ahead of you. But
okay.
I can't wait. But and in fact, I'm heavily involved in, I work in a couple of local MMA and boxing gyms. So I'm going to get some fire pics to send you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so,
shit.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, man, we're going to do it nice. But absolutely. I thought we were going to debate should Hoteps or people who believe in the tenets of the Hotep nation be, involved in public service. I thought that was the debate, right?
Wait, what? Should what be in public service? Hoteps what?
Should Hoteps, people who believe in the Hotep nation, someone like me and my wife who work within the federal governmental system on some level, will really, public schools are much more local, especially at the grade school level, but it is government.
No, nobody wants to fucking debate about that. That shit sounds boring as shit, man.
Right.
Let's keep
That's
it
what I was trying
spicy.
to say the whole time.
Let's keep it spicy.
How bad do white people suck? And then let Sonny beat up a dude and tell him for a little while.
Exactly.
And he's gonna be like, but yeah, no, I'm with it.
But we'll make
cool, man.
everybody knows I'm the best moderator on the planet. So it will be fair.
Right.
It will be fair. I will not let Sonny just dominate the mic. There will be time limits, and there will be, you can't cut this person off, and I will mute mics when it gets too out of control. So yes, it will be fair.
Bro, it is humbling to think that she would even, take some time. Like, that is all respect. And of course, any wise warrior respects and understands and tries to understand their opponent. So of course, but I am a Sonny fan. Like I said,
we all are.
Like I said, it was like one of those, you're chatting and there's like 10 people talking and you're like, oh, Sonny said some bullshit there. And then you just move on. And then somebody's like, oh, you heard about that. It's like, no, I'm not hurt. And then it spins into, now I'm about to debate with Sonny. That's a blessing. So I fully expect to get my ass whipped, but I'm going to come in strong, 10 toes down and take it like a man. Yeah. And, all right, man. Let me know the date, and I'll get those pictures taken over the weekend and sent to you by Monday.
My man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It sounded like he was going to say something on the tail end there. Rudy and Dizzler. Rudy and Dizzler calling. And then we're going to wrap it up. We got a few. I went a little bit over the hour mark today. So, we're going to run to about 4:15 today. and then we'll wrap up. Goldstein versus Strong Dad. The Septum Ring, leadership, can felons be leadership, and the importance of young Pharaoh. Oh my God. I could hear Strong Dad now saying insurgent 100 million times. Mike versus Sonny. Tanai versus Drew comments. Oh man, this is gonna be funky. Rudy.
Call from.
Rudy.
What's good, brother? What's good, man?
What's good, Joe?
This is a great stream, dude. I can't stop laughing, man.
We're gonna have to set you up with a debate, man. You next too. I'm about to put you on the card, man.
Who wants to debate? You put me on the card, man. I got a topic. I'm proud to be white. Anybody got a problem with it? Let's talk about it. God damn, dude.
Proud to be white. Let me write that down.
I got no problem with it. You want to fight about it? You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. I got no issues with it, man. God damn, man. I'm so tired of this shit, man. I'm so tired of the race grift, man. It's terrible, man. It's terrible, man. You know, I'm watching this video the other day, and we got these college students, right? They got a line, right? Mm-hmm. They're in the middle, and it said, "I'm proud to be black." They got like 5 black folks in there, and they all moved to the right to "very proud to be black." And then they put 5 white college students in there, and they're like, "I'm proud to be white." Not one of them went over there to "I'm proud to be white." You self-hating motherfuckers, dude. You self-hating white pieces of shit, dude. I can't stand that, man. You can be proud to be white without hate. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem is you got these white nationals like Nick fucking Fuentes who fuck it up for a good cat like me, man. Because he runs around talking his shit, his fucking white supremacy shit, man. It's all right to be white, man. It's cool, man. I ain't got no issues with it, man. LaRusso, dude, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? That shit just drives me up the fucking wall, man. You know?
I gotta find you a white liberal. We gotta have a white liberal come on the platform. We might get you might have to debate Destiny.
I mean, I don't even. I mean, you put me. I don't deal with purple head cucks, dude. But I talk to him. But he's a purple haired cuck, dude. He lets his wife get rooted out. I'll be like, "Hey, Destiny, can I bang your wife after the debate?" Motherfuckers, I can't stand it, dude. Man, if we can't find some fucking common ground as the middle class and poor, then we're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked as a country. We're fucked as a people, man. And when God comes back, dude, you think he's going to sit back and be like, well, you know, you white people were bad, you black. No, motherfucker. That race shit means nothing, dude. If we're all created in the Creator's image, man. Doesn't matter what the fuck your skin color. That shit is so fucking old, dude. It's so old. But the worst of the worst is the self-hating white fucking liberal, man. God damn it, man. You ain't do shit. You ain't. I mean, for real. Slavery was an ugly stain on this country. No fucking shit. Slavery was an ugly stain on the whole fucking world, dude.
Yeah.
On the whole fucking world, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? None of them, but them white liberals that fucking vote for them liberal motherfuckers that all of them except for the fucking Donnie T had slavery in their fucking bloodline. Every president had slavery, owned slaves in their bloodline. All of them, even fucking Lunch Bucket Joe, dude. But y'all will vote for him. Y'all will vote for him. Y'all will vote for him. Fucking dumbasses, man. God damn, man. You know what I'm saying? I hate the anybody who hates themselves, like, it's like, man, anybody who hates themselves because their skin color is a fucking moron, man. Wake the fuck up, people, man. There's bigger issues to fucking fry, dude. Bigger issues to fry. And anybody who wants some, I'm gonna have that kind. I wish they put me in one of them fucking videos. I walk right over to the left. They'll be like, yo, that would shock the fucking world. They'll be like, well, how are you proud to be white? I'm like, why not? I'm a fucking Italian kid. Got no issues with it, man. I got a quarter. I'm 75% Italian, a quarter Irish, man. I'm fucking white. I ain't never do shit. My family came here to escape Mussolini, dude. So what the fuck? My family, my direct family bloodline on the Italian side came here in the fucking 30s, dude. I had not a goddamn thing to do with it. Got no problem with my fucking skin color. You're fucking nuts, dude. I'm tired of it, man. Tired of it. I'm tired of it.
Oh
Fuck.
shit.
We gotta come together, man.
I can't wait to hear you debate. I'm trying to think of a white liberal, but we're gonna find one. It's got to be a worthy opponent. I can't line you up with Destiny. He's a little too cut. We need somebody.
He's a cuck, dude. I would swear to God, I'd debate him, and then at the end, I'd be like, "Can I bang your wife? She's kind of hot."
Yeah.
You know, you let her do it, right? Why can't I have a piece? All right, man. I love you, bro. Keep up the good work, man. I love everyone in the chat, man. What a great day, man.
Absolutely.
And is that Mike that called in? Is he the one that was crying about being a teacher?
Yeah.
The other day, was he the one? Come on, Mike, man. Grow a sack, dog. Grow a sack. So there might be some insurgent teachers who fucking go out there and fucking help, and none of y'all are bucking when they push this fucking critical race theory. None of y'all are bucking when they push this critical gender theory. You're fucking teaching this shit. You're not fucking striking. You're not walking out. So don't get all pissed off when people don't like fucking public school teachers. And you might be one good one. Okay, you might be one good one, but the fucking majority, y'all do what the fuck you're told. Take your shitty ass paycheck and push down whatever the Department of Education shoves down your fucking throat. So don't cry about it no more, brother. We're not here to cry, man. We're Hoteps, man. We're here to fucking man the fuck up, man, and come together, man. Love you, Mike, but tighten the fuck up, man. And I'm out, brother. I love you, man.
Yeah. I just can't. The full moon. Ain't it like a super moon today or some shit? It's a super moon today. It's a motherfucking super moon, right? That's what this energy is in the air. There it go right here. Motherfucking super moons and shit.
Call from
Dizzler, what up, man?
What's good? What's good?
What's good, yo?
Ain't shit, man, chilling. Yo, I want to tell my fellow white brothers to, pick yourself up by the bootstraps. I've been waiting all my life to say this. And just because that dude that looks like Chucky from the Rugrats made that song, if we would have made that song, it would have been a whole bunch of conservative DC Drano posting it. No, none of that. All I'm saying is this. I love that this movie came out, even though it was by Jay-Z, who kind of he said some crazy stuff about the Bible. Even his wife, Beyonce, she said she would clean her, with the pages of the Bible. But listen, I mean, he was like a 5% or something like that back before. And Prodigy spoke about that, So that's what makes you think damn, so how come Jay-Z is just playing ball, lining up with Hillary or whatever? But whatever, I forgive him. He made this movie. Now you see a bunch of Christians, that they tight. But when you realize, listen, I did my whole rabbit hole with the Hebrew Israelites. And at first it's funny, but then it's kind of sad because you see them debating Jewish scholars and they mopping the floor with him, not with what their opinions, but just by the Bible. So when you see all this, y'all be like, yeah, right. And then they make you look it up. And when you see that it's there, you be like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? So obviously the first thing that kind of started me off was that Jesus was dark-skinned. And that started making sense. But then there's so many things in the Bible. Solomon himself, who is the father of King David, which is the line of Jesus, he said himself he is black but comely. Comely means beautiful. So you see that. Then you see how the Israelites are the salt of the earth. And according to the Hebrew Israelites, they mean that by saying when you see a 30-team roster full of Jewish people, who we call Jewish people today, you rarely see that. You see the hip hop. What is one of the biggest exports of the United States is culture, the influence, hip hop, all that stuff. So America wants to be very proud of history, except for when it comes to their mistakes and owning up to their mistakes. You know what I mean? So you see the Christians saying this is blasphemous. Mind you, they either just butthurt or they just ignorant, because clearly in the movie you see that, okay, yeah, he's kind of mocking Jesus, but that's something that's been going on since the day of Jesus. We even
Yeah.
have that now.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
Christian pastors asking for tithings when you technically, that's in the past. The tithing was with land, not with money. We already live under captivity, quote unquote, according to the Hebrew Israelites. But we call that because they're already taxing us 40% of our paycheck. They're going to charge us another 10%?
So you going to see the movie?
Man, hell yeah.
I'm going to see that shit the night it come out.
But yeah, man, like finally we get a depiction of the real truth, because everybody who's saying blasphemous was not saying that when they were in the movie theaters crying, watching the Passion of the Christ and seeing Jesus getting his ass whipped. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody was saying that. So it's just the hypocrisy that you see out here, man.
Yep. I don't debate it anymore. I'm studying fucking Chinese communism, so I don't even fucking have time to fucking
No, but you notice that they say that. You notice that they say that when you bring it out, they say, oh no, he was Arabic. Back in the days, he was white. Now they kind of moving the goalposts. They saying Arabic. So maybe like in another 200 years, they're gonna finally admit it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even the Arabics back then were really, really dark. So I'm not saying that he was what we would consider really an African. No, but he was really dark. He had to go hide in Egypt. How you hide in Egypt? What that means? You know what I mean? But yo, that's all I got right now.
Hey, I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Peace.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Yeah, he on his Hotep shit. Phone lines is closed. Hold on, I'm looking at something now. Hold on. Yeah, so that's that moon energy. Didn't we have a super moon last night? I don't know if this is real. That image you just saw on your screen, I don't know if that's real, but we got a rare blue super moon. That's why y'all acting crazy. You know what that means? Hotep's been told you're gonna be insane tonight. You better be tuned in. Tonight is going up. It's going up. Actually, you know what? I meant to do something. I need to. We need this as a graphic. Now that I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking out loud here. We need this as a graphic. Right? I think we have it though. Hold on. I think we have one. I think we have a graphic like that. Hold on. Where is that? We got that one. We got that one. Is it here? Yeah, we need that as a graphic. So this is the Master Focus secret formula. Not so much a secret, but our formula is a secret because you got to have the right amounts of things. Too much of one thing could be a bad thing, right? So we have a 5-pronged strategy, as you can see here, in creating optimal brain function. So obviously you want to amplify your memory. You want to restore and build the brain, right? You want to promote neurogenesis. Neurogenesis is the creation of neurons, all right? So neurogenesis. Also promote the growth of dendrites. These are the things that send signals back and forth through the brain. We want to increase synaptic function. So this is all things going to make your brain work better. Now, this is important for somebody like me because I go on trips and then I come back from trips and my brain's fried, right? Like I've been drinking alcohol, smoking weed, and all types of shit. Well, that's the only thing I'm doing. But I'm doing a lot of it, right? A lot of Don Julio Reposado margaritas and Mary Jane, right? So it's very important for me to add some sort of herbal to my life. So I'm not only the president, I'm also the client. Brain builders right there, right? Then we're going to have energy boosters. Because you can't really be productive unless you boost your energy, right? You can't really, like in order for the brain to really want to do things and concentrate and focus and really knock out projects and just increase your productivity, you're going to need some energy. It just is what it is. And of course, you want to enhance your mood. When you're in a good mood, you get more work done. Life is just generally better. And of course, we target the gut, right? Gut health is important. It has a almost completely autonomous system. They're still not even sure how this works, but apparently your gut is the second brain. They call it the enteric nervous system. So there's a 360 degree approach to brain restoration and brain boosting. The coupon code you see on your screen will add an additional 30% off. It's 20% off plus 30% off. So it's basically half off with that QR code on your screen. Also, there is a link in the description box below that will allow you to purchase. Okay. Also, we're going to have a new program launching soon. If you're interested and you're in one of the group chats, contact me. Let me know you're interested. But we're going to be launching an independent business program. So basically, you can start your own business with the Master Focus product or products and start to generate income for yourself. Get your own hustle on. You see what I'm saying? So not only are we going to be, forward facing, but we're going to do some B2B business as well. So Master Focus is branching out into B2B. So if you're interested in making some extra money, show you how to get this money, man. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's go back. Let me see. Super chats. Where we at? Ken Hotep said Hotep debates on ESPN 8 to Ocho. Word. I need somebody to make that call. Ken Hotep, Dr. Ricks, I just want to know if I was right about what I said about Ebola on Timcast. Yo, Cannon went full tinfoil Koofy on Tim Pool, man. I was sitting there looking at him like, you sure you want to say that shit? If I'm looking at you like that, you're Koofy on tape. Because I be saying some wild shit. I brought up Henry Kissinger on Fox. That was a bad idea. I'll never do that again. Kay, she said, I'm still sending my picture for the debates. Put me with Sonny. Okay. Sonny's corner man. What else we got here? Okay. Strawberry Fields. Heather says she just took hers. Just took her Master Focus. So essential. So essential. Hey, when people use it, they feel the benefits. They be like, yo, this shit fucking works. You know what I'm saying? We Hoteps. Hoteps going to do herbs. You're going to find very few Hoteps. We be on our Dr. Sebi shit. We going to have some herbs. We're going to be selling some type of herbs. And we got more herbs coming for you. This ain't the first herbal formula we got. We got more herbal forms coming for you. Going to finalize some paperwork first. Make some big announcements. Can't wait. So, yeah, with that being said, I'll see y'all tonight. Hotep's been told you, 8 p.m. Eastern Time with Uncle Hotep, our premiere show on this channel. I can't wait. It's going to be festive. It's going to be a super moon episode. And I can't wait to see you then. Hotep and Bill.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How I'm supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in.
How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.